Hey, what's going on?
Good to see you.
Welcome to the beginning series of Good Citizen, where we capture small businesses and they tell their story. Today we have with us here the founder, the creator of Current Nostalgia, out here at Camp North in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
It began, of course, 3 years ago, and this is you guys' first actual initial brick and mortar, your real true child, to have it in its flesh. And of course, I want you to share with us kind of the inspiration behind building it. But of course, before we get into it, just tell us who you are, right? Where are you from and what that kind of looks like, that upbringing.
Yeah, so my name's Dylan. I grew up here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I really started this business and out of my second bedroom in my apartment, and it was just something that I thought was just like a kind of a fantasy, and then I kind of put it, numbers together and expanded over time and realized I could make this an actual business. And so that's where we kind of are today.
I looked it up just in a sense, right? So from that bedroom, right? As you've seen, and I've seen it's more prevalent even today when you're beginning something, when you're growing something from the ground up, before the flowers even bloom, it's roots and it's dirt, and no one likes the dirt, right? You only have a vision, and you had that vision, right? So those moments, when you were in that bedroom, what were some of those challenges that you faced emotionally, of like, self-doubt, worry, what did that look like and how did you overcome that?
I think the biggest thing was probably like, how are people going to perceive this? I think that, I'm 32 right now, so being 28, 29 when I kind of started it, I was considered, some might say you're old, some might say this is like, where is this coming from? You've been doing, web design and building websites for the past 8 years, but what happened was the complete opposite. It was like, people were reaching out to me. It was like, man, I you always have the coolest sneakers, this isn't surprising, stuff like that. So that kind of helped me, but definitely the concern that, how are people gonna perceive it? And still to this day, you're gonna have those doubts, but at the end of the day, just knowing that what you're doing is the right thing.
That's correct. Even with that, right? And so what is the biggest influence that perception plays on your decisions now? Is it still prevalent today for you now, or is it just, it kind of is what it is, right? Because you now already built the business. You're walking in it. What does that look like for you now?
I think it's really just, about building a reputation that translates, to attract genuine people. And that's just something that I think that, the perception is, as long as you know and you're confident in your heart that you're a genuine person, it's just, you can kind of make decisions and not care what people are going to think.
Wow.
It's, people say oh, don't care what people think. Obviously, you should care what people think about you because you have a reputation. So I would just say as long as you feel like you're building a credible reputation, don't worry how other people perceive you.
What would the younger Dylan say about where you are today and its evolution? What would the other?
Oh man, my younger self would be really proud. Just kind of keeping that kid in me, alive. I like to just think that the creative side of me is something that has never gone away. It's only grown until I really kind of discovered my opportunity, especially with this brand. I would be very proud to know that, I'm not trying to chase after what other people expect of you. People always try to tell you what to do, and obviously take people's advice for sure, but at the end of the day, you have to truly realize what you want to do, and then go after that, because you don't want to look back on your life and think, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that?
Correct. I'm certainly proud of you. It's apparent that you've made a lot of great things happen for you, and that could be, of course, externally and of course internally as you've grown in 32 years, and just in that in itself is an accomplishment, right? So we go back to just the foundation. We go back to what you're built on, how you're planning. What keeps Dylan rooted? What is that? What does that look like?
I think just like I was saying earlier, just being a genuine, well-respected person. Especially as a man, you're trying to, build a legacy, you don't want to look back on your life again thinking what did I do with my life? You want to inspire people surround yourself with people that are more intelligent than you, that are smarter than you, that are going to help you grow as a person. You know, my family helps keep me rooted, my friends, my dog, so all of that type of stuff.
No, I love that. Then I'll be honest, you know, even with that, I mean, you even teaching me just how important it is just to walk. You know, the perception is only important when it's helping influence the thought process that you already have on your journey, as opposed to pulling you off of that journey. And so it only matters if you allow it to matter. You know, your reality is whatever you want it to be, because it's yours, and that's what makes it so beautiful. It's creative in that way. What is something just about your business that you wish people knew, that when they walk in, they probably wouldn't just know unless you had a chance to tell your story?
Yeah, so I think everything in here can tell a story. Every single piece, you can, really have a conversation about it. You can really, bridge a lot of gaps just holding a sneaker. Someone can come in here has a completely different background than me. But one thing that we have in common is that we're both looking at the shoe and we're like, this shit's fire. So it's like, that's probably like the coolest thing. You don't have to speak the same language, as long as you can, see, and you can, make, facial expression,
For sure. And it's culture.
Thumbs up. It's culture.
Right? Because it's like music and clothes and anything culture in that sense is like it always kind of bridges those gaps, like you said. There's a psychological continuity between the way I view life and the way you view life. We can shift the way people view or even promote themselves based on the commonality between the music or the clothes. Mm-hmm. And you've done that here. I mean, you can even, it's prevalent just in this pillow, right? I mean, I can tell you have an eye for art. Where did that come from, and how has that influenced a lot of the things that you do now?
I think honestly, just like as a kid, I remember constantly like just going up to my mom and being like, I'm bored. And she would just be like, go draw, do this. I think a lot of that was just being in my own mind in a sense. So I think that's kind of where some of my creativity comes from. A lot of it also, I would say, music, other art, especially like the music that I listen to, their art. I would say it kind of fits in with the name Current Nostalgia, but a lot of things from the past and a lot of things from the present.
What can we expect from Current Nostalgia in the next 2, 5, 10 years? What's gonna be different for you all? What does that look like? Just put us on right quick. Just another. You can't give us too much.
I think you're gonna see not only just more Current Nostalgia, people wearing it in the streets, but also people wanting to represent it through us building our community, helping Charlotte build the platform and the recognition that we deserve, especially as fashion designers, as fashion retailers. I want to be, not just me, I want Current Nostalgia to be a part of Charlotte becoming recognized as a fashion city in the United States and hopefully to the rest of the world.
No. Good Citizen is a platform made to inherently give back to the youth from all walks of life, whether that be Title I schools or those privileged kids, to teach them that you don't have to have it all figured out. You can just put it together and fix it as you go. What would you tell our audience, that kid that's in that same bedroom, what would you give them if you had to give them any words of inspiration or wisdom?
I would tell them to try and fail, and don't worry about failing. It's about growing from those failures, because there will be one point in your life that you'll use all of those failures to your advantage, in a sense. My friends that went through it, and it's all about how you weather the storm. It's not every day is going to be sunny outside, but it's about learning and growing from those experiences, because Wayne Gretzky said you miss 100% of the chances, or the shots you don't take. You know what I mean? So it's like you're never gonna make all your shots. You look at a basketball, like if you shoot 45%, that's amazing.
Amazing, absolutely.
That means you're missing more shots than you're making. So just think about it like that. Like the best hitter in baseball. He's hitting less balls than he's.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to walk.
Yeah.
Just take a chance on yourself.
100%.
Take a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I mean,
And I would say just believe in yourself. You know.
Why not? If not you, then who?
Yeah.
You know, you owe you that at least. I feel like everyone deserves an opportunity to make their dreams come true.
Yeah, because every time you're trying something new, you're learning, you're growing.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, that's one of the goals in life, is to continue learning. Because life is a mystery. Truly.
The day that you have to leave it all here, what do you want current nostalgia to be portrayed as? What does that look like when you're no longer able to tell the story anymore?
Just a place that fosters that community, the pillars that make this business and this brand what it is and what it's going to evolve to be. I would love to see grow from wherever it gets left off.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
It was amazing to be in the atmosphere that is current nostalgia. I'm glad that this is a small incubator for growing fashion in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm even more excited that the people have you to be able to even show them that, and you exude what it means to be a small business owner. And so not only do I promote for people to come here, I welcome people to come here.
Thank you.
Again, this is Good Citizen. I am Isaiah McLean, and this is Dylan of Current Nostalgia. It was a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.